welcome back to my channel. Sorry for the weird setup right now. This chair, when I sit down in it, it lowers me down, and this is the height that I would like to be a little bit taller, but my chair is very short. So just bear with me in this area, whatever. I'm trying to make it look cute. Actually though, I thought about, I wonder if I'm just cute because there's a window right here, and I have this area that I could use, but I'll do that in a different video. We'll just do the setup. Okay, so for today's video, you can tell by the title, this is my July TBR, and oh my gosh, I am beyond excited for reading this next month. I have been really getting into reading this summer because some of you may know this, some of you may not know, but I am a homeschool teacher. So the summers I have I usually have off, but actually this summer I've been working a little bit with tutoring and helping some kids get prepared for the next year and stuff like that. So I have actually been still teaching, but not as much as I normally do in the regular school year. But so yeah, so summertime is my time to bust out all the videos and be able to read more. And I cannot believe how many books I read just last month in June. I've never read in the last few years, and I think I probably hit this amount of books in when I was in school actually reading and stuff, but in recent years, and this is since I've been keeping up with my reading and stuff and staying up on it, I have not read more than 10 books, and this I went above and beyond my 10 book goal, really. So I'm very excited to share all that stuff in my June wrap-up video, but this is what I'm going to be reading in July. That was a very long intro. However, let's go ahead and get into the video. So I actually don't have a lot of the books that I'm planning on reading because I'm going to be reading them on my iPad, so I'm not going to be getting physical copies of a lot of these books. But I do have a few that I'm planning on reading that are physical copies that I have at the moment. So here we go. So the ones that I actually have right now with me are graphic novels that I have recently purchased, and I've been waiting to put them into my next month's TBR because I already set a goal for June, and I had it all planned out and everything. So I was waiting until July to read all of these books. So I was not expecting to read this book next month, but I put it into my TBR list because I've had it for a couple of weeks. But it's this cute little cat graphic novel, and it's called Cheese, I think it's Cheese Sweet Home, and it's the first book of the series. And just the pictures alone are just so cute and cartoonish, and just I'm obsessed with this book so far. Just by the pictures alone are just so cute, and I cannot wait to read this. I actually found this at Five Below a couple of weeks ago, and I just had to pick it up because cats and cute graphic novels, what more could you want? So I am actually planning on reading, I don't have any of these physical copies, but I am planning on reading the newest few books of Emily Henry as well as Tessa Bailey. So you have Book Lovers and People We Meet on Vacation, and all the ones that have been going around for the past 2 or 3 years of those authors. Tessa Bailey wrote this book called Window Shopping, and I never hear anybody really talking about it, but I looked up the synopsis for it, and it is a Christmas romance book, and it's set in Manhattan, New York, which if you know me personally, you know how much I loved going to New York in Christmas time. And because of it being July and Christmas in July is a thing, I want to try to read that book around the 25th of July since Christmas, and it's Christmas themed, so I really wanted to fit that in here somewhere in the month, obviously around those dates. And to have like a little bit of Christmas July celebration, and also to check off one of the Tessa Bailey books. But I'm wanting to read like the newer Emily Henry and newer Tessa Bailey books, as well as try to fit in a few of the Colleen Hoover books, because that is another author that I have not read yet that has been crazy hyped around the book world. And yes, so those are the top 3 people that I'm wanting to read their books by. And then also, so I don't know which ones, I'm planning on completing all of Tessa Bailey's and Emily Henry's like newest books, like the ones that have been going around a lot, and then slowly work my way through the Colleen Hoover books within like the next few months. But that's kind of like my plan of what I'm wanting to do. And then as well as sprinkle in between those main big books, I want to sprinkle in a few middle grade books. So I had a book that I read in February, yes, somewhere around, it was the weekend of the Super Bowl, and it was called Recipe for Disaster. And the other day I saw this on the floor of my, before my whole room was like clean like it is now, but I saw this on the floor. Like, I need to look up this author because I loved this book so much. I even made a whole reading vlog on it where I baked cookies, and it was just a fun vlog. But I looked her up, and she has a whole series of like middle grade girls that are like love to code, and then there's like another book series that she got the idea to do her own series, or her own book with. I don't know if it's going to be a series, but it's her own book. But it's a series that's all these girls that learn how to code and are very like tech savvy and stuff. And I thought about reading those books as like fun, lighthearted reads, like fun, cutesy middle grade reads in between the like crazy romance books that I'm planning on reading this month. So that's where I got that idea from. And then, so you'll see me pop up. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see I always try to update when I am reading a new book or a book series. And I always try to like post about it and like say, hey, this is what I'm currently reading. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is always linked down below, and you can see what I'm currently reading if I'm not posting as much on YouTube, which I'm planning on doing this month because I have a lot of ideas that I want to start filming and posting. So anyways, that's where I got that idea from. And then so I have those books that I want to read, and then I've got a few graphic novels that I want to read. The other 3 books I just got in the mail 2 days ago, and I am so excited to read these. I have had these on my list for like a few months or a few weeks, however long it's been since I've heard about these on the BookTube world. But the first one I have is the Garlic series. I got Garlic and the Vampire, and I am so excited. If you haven't heard of this book, I don't really know much about it. All I know is that you follow this little Garlic character, and you also follow, they like live in a garden, a vegetable garden with all the little different vegetables like celery, carrot, all of them, and there's something with a vampire that happens. And then I know there's like a witch character in this series, and the next one is Garlic and the Witch, and that one comes out on September 6th. So I'm excited to read this so I can be prepared for the next book, but this one will be sprinkled somewhere in the next month. Hopefully I will get to it. And then the next one that I got, which is very hefty, it's a very thick book, but I just found out about this book from Liv on Liv's Library, and it is the Surfside Girls series. I was actually planning on buying the entire series, so I had them all, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to take my time getting this series because I don't want to spend all my money on just graphic novels. So I bought the first one at least to read this month, and I don't really know much about it. I just know that it says Sun, Sand, and Spooky Adventures, and I guess they have something happens at the beach, and it's like got spooky vibes, and it's like a mystery, but it's a fun summer mystery. I don't really know much about it, but I'm excited to see what this book has in store. And also it has 3 books to the series, so there's 2 other ones that I need to order so I can have the whole series as physical copies. And then the final book that I have that I am so excited for. I have been wanting this book since like I think May or last year that was mentioned. Another one that Liv has recommended, but it is the Cece's Journal book. And oh my gosh, I am so excited for this book. I have a really fun idea for a video. With this book, I really want to, so Friday, if you don't know, is Stranger Things Season 4 Part 2 air date. And I am wanting to, I don't like to, I try to read at least a little bit each day in the month. And I've been like, I have this whole graph in the back of my planner where I track my reading and stuff, like my pages and things, with like colored coded pencils and stuff. And it's just like something fun for me to do. And I try to read at least a little bit each day. It doesn't matter if it's like 30 minutes to an hour to like 4 hours. It just depends on my day and how much I can read. But if you have watched the newest season of Stranger Things, the ending is supposedly going to be very intense, and I just feel like I want to still read that day, but I'm like, I need something lighthearted and fun, and after this like traumatic experience I'm about to experience from this show, and so I am planning on reading this book that after I watch the show, and I'm wanting to do a reading vlog on that day. So I want to do like a day in the life reading vlog, and you'll see my reaction to Stranger Things, but you'll also get my reaction to this book. And also I do know that there's another book to the series. This one has the first 2 stories of the series in it, and then the next one has the last 3. There's 5 stories total, and then 2 books. And so I'm like so excited about this. But basically she is kind of like a Nancy Drew type of girl, and she likes to just try to solve mysteries and things, and then it kind of messes up her like relationships with people and stuff because she gets too hooked on these mysteries. And it's a lot of like coming of age, like learning how to deal, like balance everything and all that type of stuff. But I'm very excited to dive into this book and hopefully get the next book of the series to finish out the series. But yes, so that is everything that I think I am going to be reading this month. Like I said, I'm just gonna like flip-flop between the different genres, like graphic novel, romance, middle grade, like all that type of stuff, and try to read as many as I can this month. And yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!